Hi, and welcome to the next lesson in Invading the Future. So previously, we were busy with the first part of the double diamond, which is exploring customer problems and working towards getting to a defined set of problem statements. And we saw that we can use jobs to be done or outcome-driven innovation to find those customer needs which are over or underserved, trying to spot where we can work towards providing solutions for customers. And we also saw K&A modeling, which is good for understanding how do customers perceive different features. And that helps us to think about where we should invest and how much we should invest and whether something is basic or linear or a delighter. And we also saw the data flywheel, which basically says we're a platform world, and the more customers you have in your platform, the more data you can get, and this you can analyze and therefore make your platform better, and therefore you get more customers, and so forth and so forth. So great. And the important thing now is to combine this intelligence gathered about customers and their needs and how they're being served currently, together with information about the marketplace. So if you're making robots, what's going on in the robot marketplace, and also macroeconomic information as discussed, together with technological intelligence, what is potentially going on in these kind of spaces, together with your current capability in your organization, processes, and so forth, combined with your customer intelligence. And bringing all of this together, what we now have is intelligence on potential markets or potential futures to invade. So what now? Now that we've gathered all this intelligence about customers and so forth, we need to consolidate these into concise problem statements, because we're not working in the world of ideas here anymore. We've done the research, we've done the work, and now we're talking about specific customer problems. And we're just going to go quickly through a couple of ways of expressing in a sort of similar, consistent format some of these problem statements. So a couple of templates we can look at is from Jeff Godhelf, the Lean UX chap. A great book, have a look at it. And this is a template for products which are new to the organization, new products and services. And it's basically saying that we found during our research gathering, our intelligence gathering exercise, that there are needs or segments which are currently not well served by existing solutions. And the problem statement is saying that this is the specific need that's involved, and that we're going to focus on solving for this problem statement. So an example might be Apple's iPod, saying that there's a current market for MP3, flash-based MP3 players, but this is not well served yet because it only allows you to take a certain amount of songs with you, and therefore it's not scaling, it's not becoming mass market. And that's what it's really saying is there's an issue with location. You know, if we remember from the jobs to be done, sort of like elements of a jobs to be done, there's location, which is getting hold of the music and preparing it for listening. And there's a big problem there. You had to sort of, either take CDs and turn them into MP3s and then upload 20 songs, then listen to that, you get bored of that, then you have to upload the next 20 songs, and it was just a mess trying to do this. And so there was a couple of needs in there which were identified, which could be better addressed by a certain technology, which was that disks are getting smaller. So bringing the intelligence of technology together with the intelligence on customer needs presents an opportunity to explore. And that is what Apple did. It said we're going to go after this market in terms of disk-based MP3 players, and our initial segment, initial focus is for Mac-based Mac users. So this is a problem statement bringing together these different components into one hypothesis about something that we think is going to work in the marketplace. Another kind of template proposed by Jeff Godhelf is for existing products and services. And this is basically saying we've looked at our existing services, and we're either analyzing internally and combined with speaking with customers, we found that these specific current solutions are underserving the customer due to these reasons. And therefore, we're going to improve these specific solutions. So let's say that an example statement might be, we have a travel application, and we allow customers to book their travel as well as accommodation. And by analyzing data and we have found that most customers are not really booking accommodation. They're only using our platform for booking flights. So what might we do to improve this? And so this is now stating a problem in terms of going to brainstorm about it in the organization, and then bringing to bear your knowledge of the marketplace and technology and customers and their need statements and so forth, which you've prepared for discussion about which solutions do we think we could possibly apply. So this is not including the solution yet, it's just a hypothesis about a potential need to satisfy better or a way to update and change your product. Another way to look at problem statements is from Dean Leffingwell's Scaled Agile Framework, and it's called the Scaled Agile Framework Epic template. So it's a template for a reasonably sized piece of work that needs to be done, or innovation that needs to be achieved, basically. And the template that they use is for these target customers who have a certain need. The product name, which is just your internal name for whatever thing that you're trying to do here, is and this is, what category is this thing a part of? That provides this key benefit. This is where you're trying to put in the key reason to buy. Why would a customer really, this is like the first 10 seconds of your elevator pitch. What is interesting about this thing you're trying to do? And now you talk about the current parts of a job that needs to be done and the outcomes required, and where customers are not satisfied. It's typically these underserved aspects where there's a challenge that customers are experiencing in terms of achieving this related job. And then the portion about our solution that says, this is how we think we're going to solve these problems. This is a hypothesis about how we think we're going to be able to solve these problems. And again, if we take the iPod example and reformulate it in this format, we get something like the following. For those that love listening to music, that is your customer segment, who want to do so on the move. That's their need, what do they want to achieve, what's the job to be done. So listening to music on the move is kind of the job to be done. The iPod, which is our name for this product, is a mobile music player, which is the category of product. That, and this is now the key value statement, that enables you to take your entire music library with you. Now that's the key thing, the reason to buy, the elevator pitch, the first 10 seconds. Unlike the existing solutions, existing flash-based memory players, which have got limited storage capacity, that are clunky and difficult to use, the interfaces that make it difficult to buy digital music and get your hands on it, that make it difficult to interface with all this music. So if you go from 20 songs to, let's say, 1,500 songs, you need better interfaces to search through them and create playlists and search by artist and so forth and so forth and so forth. And this portion on our solution is a statement about how we think we're going to address this, and that would be by using a hard disk, which is the big thing. And then we also need to make uploading of digital music easy, and we need to sign up record labels, and we need to open a digital store for buying the music in a digital format, so you can quickly transfer it to the device and so forth and so forth. So it's a statement about our belief about addressing this underserved need in the marketplace. So once we've done this, well, we basically have an agreed set of futures to invade. Now the important thing about having these statements in a specific way is your knowledge workers become practiced in doing this. We all start thinking about things in a certain and agreed way. And it's also becoming easier to communicate multiple problem statements to each other because we are used to the format in which they are presented. And you saw none of them are 25-page project vision templates. I've seen in organizations, when you open the project charter or whatever the case may be, it's got 35 pages before you've filled anything in, because it's trying to cover everything that you could possibly think of. It's a waste of time. It's going into too much detail at this point in time. So we're progressing well down this journey of desirable, starting to look at feasible, because we're starting to think about technological solutions that could possibly work in this in this space, and we're not quite getting into the viable space yet, but we're progressing down the space of desirable and feasible. And we could have maybe 15 to 20 problem definitions. And of course, it's now up to the organization to figure out which one it's going to tackle, which one is potentially providing the best market opportunity. And we will talk in later lessons about how to prioritize between multiple problem definitions. So we're first going to go through in the next sort of like 4 or 5 lessons. We're going to take one of these problem definitions and assume that it has been selected. And then we're going to work our way through how does one take this out to market, or figure out quickly that it's not going to be feasible or viable. And if it is, how to quickly get it out to market. And then part of that, we will be learning some tools and techniques which are necessary to really think well about how to prioritize between different potential opportunities in the marketplace. So looking at strategy and tactics, which ones have we really covered in this last sort of like 3-4 lessons? Intelligence, of course, gathering it in different ways and combining it. Simplicity. And our problem definitions, we keep them to 1 or 2 pages. We're not trying to create 35, 40-page documents. It doesn't work. We may have 20 of these statements, and we need to understand them, be able to communicate them, and be able to talk about them efficiently. And this is also important about unity of command. We're starting to create clarity and certainty about communicating the potential markets that we can go after. And also, once we have done this jobs to be done or outcome-driven innovation exercise together with Kano, we have a good innovation platform, basically, for our organization, a way to talk about the needs of our customers and where we're going to focus on next. These exercises, the value doesn't disappear after 3 or 6 months. The value remains for a year up to 2 years. And maybe after 18 months, 24 months, one starts doing the exercise again, but you may only be verifying initially where the solution circumstances have changed and not maybe so much the needs. So I look forward to kicking off in the next few lessons, taking one of these problem definitions and then working our way through feasible and viable experiments. Thank you, and see you soon.